what's up, my army? This is Mr. Damon, and welcome to another day with Day. I'm in a little bit different position. As you can see, I'm sitting on my couch. I actually moved my webcam around a little bit. And I got a question in response to my Q&A video that I thought was actually a relatively good question. And it's actually one that I've been meaning to make a video on for a little while. And the question was by Fruity Scream, and I don't know the exact... Fruity Scream? Yeah, Fruity Scream. Wow, my memory is bad today. Okay, so, the question was, how did you come up with your username? And I asked him if he wanted the long version or the short version, and he said the long version. So, this is the long version. I've tried doing this recording, this Day with Day, a number of times, and the recordings never came out right, and I always had audio issues, so I had to scrap them. But this is me doing the video and doing it right, I think. I hope. Yes, my microphone is on. Okay, so... And if I look it over here, it's just... my computer screen's over on this side of the frame, and I'm just checking to see how I'm looking on the screen. So, how did I come up with my username? Well, the first username the first screen name I ever used was back in 2004, 2005, and I'm talking like not school-given screen names, I'm talking ones that I actually came up with. And I was over at a friend's house, and he was playing this relatively new game called World of Warcraft. And I watched him play for a little while, and I got to really liking the gameplay. So I decided, hey, you know, would it be okay if I made a character? Because I didn't want to have to pay the $15 a month subscription and all that. So, and he said yeah, and so I made a character, and it was a Night Elf Hunter for anybody that's ever played World of Warcraft. I was just starting out with something very simple, and when it came time to give the character a name, I was thinking, well, there was a book series that I was reading at that time that was really... I connected with one of the characters really well. It was The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan, and I connected with the main character Rand very well. Now the problem was there was already a Rand spelled correctly on the server, and so we had to spell it a little bit differently. We spelled it R-H-A-N-D. R-H-A-N, this way for you guys. And so we named it that. And I really liked it, and I played it. I got it up to level 58, I think it was, before he finally said that I needed to make my own account at that point, because it was beginning to where I was starting raiding, and he was already raiding on his character, and it was all that. So I said no. I wasn't going to pay the subscription, and I got done. So, but I continued using the screen name for a while on a bunch of different games. But there was one game where my screen name changed. And I don't exactly remember the name of the game. It was Dragon something or other. It was an online game, text-based, or not really text-based. It had a little bit of a graphics interface, but it was all HTML code. There wasn't a Flash game or anything like that. It was all HTML, and I thought it was really good. It was really fun. And I started a ranger class on that game and called it Rand. But on that game, it was the mages that were overpowered, like big time overpowered. So I created a new character, and I didn't want to just make it, you know, Rand 2 or whatever. I wanted to come up with something new. And I have no idea. I don't even know if you guys can see my hands. I'm talking with my hands down under the bottom of the frame here. But I have no idea how I came up with this other name. But, just randomly pulled it out of the air. Khalif. Can you see that? Okay, yeah, you can see that. I'm sorry, I'm really having to check on my screen right now, but Khalif. And come to find out it's the name of some like Middle Eastern noble or something like that, the title of them or something like that. I have no idea. But I came up with it, and I don't really remember even hearing it before, and I used it. And I got known on that game as Khalif, and at one point I went back onto Rand and was helping somebody on a lower level area with Rand, and they were like, oh, do you have anybody else? And I was like, yeah, I'm Khalif. And they said, oh no, you're not Khalif. Khalif's a mage. Khalif would never run up. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I used that screen name for a couple years. And anytime I would play either a warrior or a ranger class, I would use Rand, and anytime I'd use a mage class, it would be Khalif. So I used that for a couple of years, and then in 2007, after that point, I'd been married and had my kid, and was living in my own place, and I got a game that my wife actually enjoys. She's not into gaming that much at all, really, but she really enjoyed this game. It was Fable, the original Fable, The Lost Chapters, and she really liked it, and I really liked it. And if you've ever played the Fable games, you know you can have your character be either good or evil. And I played through it both as Rand with a ranger class and Khalif as a fighter class. And I realized after playing through the game 2 times with each of those, or once with each of those characters, they were both very good with halos and butterflies and glowing dust around my feet and all that. And I was like, you know what? It'd be really fun just to see how well an evil character could run. So I created a new character and wanted to come up with a new name for it. And I was thinking, you know what? This is going to be an evil character. I want something demonic. How about Daemon? If anybody's into any kind of demonic lore, demonic, what's the word I'm looking for? Mythology. There we go. A daemon is a high-powered demon. It's something like, God has the angels and the archangels. Satan has demons and the daemons. That's kind of the comparison there. So I was like, okay, sweet. My evil character is going to be a high-powered demon. That's going to be great. But the name stuck. And I really liked the name. Even if I didn't like playing the evil characters, I used that. Hey, Oreo. My cat. Here, I'll hold you. My cat. Ah! You're trying to escape. Ow! Ooh! Ew! Ow! Oh, okay. Okay. Ow. Daemon Kitty. Ah! Okay. So, I continued using the name in other games, and what really started to cement it as my name was I went back to World of Warcraft. I got my own account, and I started a Rand character on a new server. And I got it up to like level 15 or 20, but at that point I was like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this low-level crap. And I already had a high-level character on another server. The reason I started on a new server, I had some friends on this other new server, and I didn't want to pay for a character transfer. So they were like, well, you could just start a Death Knight. This was in Wrath of the Lich King. You could start a Death Knight, and it will be higher level already. You start at level 55, and by the time you leave the Death Knight area, you should be level 57 or 58. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds perfect, because, you can do that. You do, like, 2 quests outside of it, and then you can go right into Outlands, and it was new content that I hadn't seen yet. And that was really, really great. But I played World of Warcraft for probably about a year, and I played it as the Death Knight, and it was, a Death Knight's an evil paladin, basically, so I just called it Daemon. But the problem was, my original spelling was already taken on the server, so I added an extra... Oreo, would you make up your mind? I added an extra N to the end of the name, over here this time. And I just got used to people calling me D-Day, and they just got really used to calling me by that name. Now you're gonna come sit in my lap? Now you're gonna sit in my lap? Now you want me to pet you? Okay. So, but the game that really, really cemented it home, really completely made it my username, was a small game called Evony. And it's actually more addictive than World of Warcraft is, if it's even possible. But it is. And it's even more of a money pit. I mean, you can play it for free, but comparing it to World of Warcraft, you're paying $15 a month and maybe a $60 drop once a year for an expansion pack or something like that, or once every couple years. Ebony, there's a player shop where you can purchase in-game tokens and all that. And I was dropping probably $20 to $25 a month into this game, and it was just ridiculous. But I played it for probably 2 or 3 years, I think, and I got really known in that as Damon. I mean, this game was so addictive. My parents were addicted to this game. I was addicted to it. My wife was addicted to it, and we actually met one of our good friends out in Pennsylvania in this game. My cat is distracting me. So that's how I came up with that username. Okay, Oreo, you need to... I'm just gonna, do this, and maybe she'll get the hint. So how I added the Mr. to the beginning of it, it was actually a YouTube glitch. I think it was a YouTube glitch. I'm not exactly 100% sure. Can you even see my cat? I don't think you can see my cat. Okay. Where was I? YouTube glitch. I think it was. I had a YouTube channel before, and it was just, I was using it to comment and everything. I wasn't uploading videos then. But when I wanted to start uploading Let's Plays and videos and all that, I basically started a new channel because for some reason I couldn't access my old one, or it made me change my name or something. But I wanted to keep the Damon, and I didn't want to just add another N to the end of it and really make it look ridiculous, or add any other letter into the middle of it. It just looked silly. So I was like, you know what, I'm a guy, I'm just going to put Mr. at the beginning of it. And it stuck. It has stuck. I am Mr. Damon. And I even have some work friends that are subscribed to my channel that have called me Mr. Damon or D or Mr. D outside of my YouTube channel, or outside of gaming in general. And everybody that was on my Minecraft server was calling me Mr. D, and it just fit. So that's the history of my username, all the way back through. And Damon I started using around 2007, and so for 5 years I was using Damon, and for the past year or so I've been using Mr. Damon. So just to give you a timeline on that, but that's the history of my username. That's how I came up with my usernames. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a little bit of an informative video, and a little bit more relaxed than my other videos. And like, favorite, subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time.